Hello guys. So finally the webinar with 3.0. But first of all, let congratulate you guys with the Merry Christmas or wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and all other the holidays. Let me take this off. And all the previous webinars was made in Russian, but since we have more and more users which start to use the report portal abroad of the CIS countries, we will switch to the English for the next webinars. And now let me try to introduce all the new features of the report portal in next 20 minutes or so, and I will share with you the things which we developed for the release 4.0, and currently it's almost available, or let's say it's available on a GitHub as a release candidate, so you can try it during the Xmas holidays, during the New Year holidays, and submit us or send us any issues if you find them. And basically, as soon as we will complete those beta testing, we will release the final version or the stable version of the 4.0. So this has a delay, this streaming. So if you have any questions, just post it into the chat. I have it on the second screen. We'll see you guys, and we'll answer them as soon as I see them. But basically, right now, let me switch to the screen. And guys, there is no sound on the. Um, Sorry for that. Let me make it like this. Hopefully now it will be available. Okay, let me get back to the beginning of the presentation. Yeah, it's not your problem, really. Okay, so now I hopefully you will hear it. Just yeah, put the plus in the chat. Yeah, I see. Thank you guys. Thank you for that. Sorry, my fault. Well, back to the list of the features. All the updates available already on GitHub, and you can find it under the link of the report portal main repository, and the releases. So basically here the pre-release or release candidate 4.0 is available. It contains the list of the all main features which was implemented during this huge milestone, and the list of the updates is even more. It contains the improvements, the bug fixes, and the key features. So let me switch to the report portal itself to show what was done, what was actually happening with it. And the most important feature, the feature was which was awaited for by everyone, is the machine learning. This is the part which we are working for last half of the year, and it's almost completed. So why I say almost? Because this release is the release candidate, and we assume that for the next 3 or 4 weeks we will complete the beta testing. And if you will try the report portal 4.0 and you will find any issues, just please submit it on GitHub and we will fix it immediately. And as soon as all the section of the beta testing will be completed, we'll release the stable version. But let's get back to the machine learning. So what I did previously before you haven't had me, I put the investigation marks for the particular fails. And we also, with the machine learning, we introduce the functionality which will help you to ignore the fails of your items. So basically, if you have something uh, which failed, any case which failed with specific issue, you can toggle the mode to ignore this item for the future analysis. So basically, when I will toggle it on, just turned on, you will see the ignore flag appears right to the defect type. And also you can use this toggle to filter the items. So basically click on that and you will have see the new filter appearing right here, which using that you can filter the items which are ignored or not ignored for the auto analysis. So basically how it helps you. If we will execute the analysis for any of those items, we will see that the system issue will not be detected inside the latest execution. So just call the auto analysis. Now it works really quick doing the analysis, and as you can see, the system issue doesn't appear in it, and now converts it into the product bug item, since it's more close to the product bug now. Let's open one of those issues, and as you can see inside the group of the product bugs, all those items which are analyzed by the machine learning, by the report portal, will have the flag called AA, so AA, sorry. So basically that means that those items was analyzed by the machine learning. And you also can use it as a flag for filtering and find the issues which are analyzed by the machine learning or find the issues which analyzed only by humans. So the same will be represented at the level of the stack trace, at the level of the logs. You will have this mark RR. You will see these updates available in history of actions, and here you will find that the auto analysis changed the defect type from to investigate to the product bug. And also you will see the latest, always the latest update of this item will be available for you right here. There is no need to expand the history of actions. And the thing which we use and which we use to improve or increase the value of the human decision for the machine learning, we also use this mark AA for it. So basically, if you will change anything related to this particular analysis, for example, add the comment and then delete the comment back, uh, the AA flag will disappear, and this basically means that this item was analyzed by the engineer, by the human. And basically this will increase the priority of this particular analysis in comparison with all other items which was analyzed by the machine learning algorithm. So here how it works. You also can see that we have removed the match issue functionality right from this screen, and it was a hard decision, and we are planning to replace it with the special widget, which will be called like grouping of the fields, and it also will utilize the elastic engine power and the machine learning algorithms to identify the similar fields. So basically, on this widget, you will see that okay, you have like 7 fails because of this reason, 8 of the fails grouped because of this reason, and you can with this widget, you will just submit one particular defect type for the list of the grouped defects. But instead of this functionality right here, you can find the button which helps you to copy the defect inside the previous, from the history line inside the previous or the specific item. So basically, as you can see right now, we are inside the launch number 20, and just with one click, we can send the defect type inside the previous execution. Let's make it like that. And now you see that we copied the result from the number 19 inside the execution number 20. But let's change it for into the something available. Okay, let's have it now. That's not the best color for the representation. Let's have it like that. And now I just can click the send defect inside the latest execution inside number 20, and it will copy the result. It really will save you time if you do not use any analysis or auto analysis mechanisms and do all the analysis just manually. So just use this button, it will save your time and help you to make the analysis even quicker. Um, well, that is it for this particular screen, but one thing I really need to show you is this filter for the log level. But let me switch to the another view uh, for the test cases which have more levels of logs. Let me open it. And as you see right now here, we have the different types like informational logs, warnings, and the exceptions. So now with this gradient, how it's called, with this toggler, you can change the level of the acceptance which you would like to see on the screen. And the specific for this functionality is that if you have or if you use any not standard types of the log levels, for example, if you have something between the info and debug mode or debug log, this filter will include these logs on UI. So basically, this means that if you put at the level of the error, it will include or it will work like it includes equals or less than error. In this position, it means like everything equals to the worm and everything less than the worm, which will include the error and the fatal logs. So with this functionality, you will increase the number of your custom, or you can use the custom levels of logs. Well, let me find where I left my plan to represent the details. Um, well, it's here. The copy defect is done. Maybe just to mention that with the new machine learning algorithms, as I already mentioned during the presentation, we will add 2 more microservices. One of them is the service analyzer, which is basically the SDK for the Elastic engine, and which is implemented in Go, so basically do not use a lot of memory. But the problem is about the Elastic engine itself. Currently it consumes about 1.5 or close to 2 GB of RAM. So basically, some of the guys don't like it, but with the machine learning, you have to increase the memory capacity with 2 more gigabytes to cover the needs of the Elastic Engine to save and store all the index of the logs. Um, but for those guys who are really limited with the um virtual machines, with the amount of the RAM, we also have another option. So basically, with this release, we make available to add your own and custom analyzers. So at the report portal repositories, you now can find the example as custom analyzer. So basically, under this repository, you can find the description how you can add your own analyzer and implement, for example, your own rules, how it can behave. So basically, for this analysis or this microservice of the analyzer, you can use at the same time with the machine learning algorithm. So basically, you can deploy additional custom analyzer, and during the configuration, you can set the priority of the specific analyzer, which should be used first. And basically, inside this custom analyzer, you can put the specific rules. For example, if your log contains any specific text, just set the uh, defined defect for this fail. And as soon as all the analysis will be completed by the one uh, analyzer microservice, it will pass the role of the analysis to another one. So basically, with this, you can extend and add more and more analyzers to cover your needs, or just avoid of usage of the Elastic Engine to save your memory. Well, get back to the another features. You may also see that at the level of the script of the logs and at the test cases, you can see another button which represent you the test case parameters. So now with the release 4.0, we will update all the agents, which will include the possibility to send the parameters. So basically, all the parameters which are used for your test cases will be sent as a separate data and will be represented on UI. The same like the description and the stack trace and everything you had for it. And it will be available at the test case level and at the same time at the level of the logs. You can see all your parameters as a key value map. But now also one more pretty sweet feature which was really expected for a long time from the report portal, and it called the retries. So basically, with the 4.0 version and with updated adapters, you will have the possibility to use the retries for the test cases. And for those launches which have been retried, or let's say for those launches which has the test cases which have been retried, you will see such a mark on UI, which shows you that this launch has retries. And let's open it. Okay, my session have been expired. Let me log in back to it. And now on UI, you will see that you have retries for this particular um, test case. And you will see the how many attempts was made for this particular execution, for this particular test case. And you even can expand all those retries and check the stack trace and check all the attempts, what was happening inside this uh, test case. You also can open this item and review the logs for the particular attempt and identify what was happening with this. And now, as you can see, it's available on the log view as well. And you also can switch to the latest execution, which was considered into the statistic, and see what was happening with the previous one. The thing about it that the statistics and the defect type will be considered only for the latest execution, only for the latest attempt which used for this particular test case. And at the same time, as you can see, according to the statistics, only one test case, only latest attempt will be used for the statistics. And the same like for the defects. So this is retries, and I hope you will really love this functionality, and it will help you to extend your daily work. So something else we have for you, and for this I should switch to the dashboards. So well, for those guys who was asking us to add the list view, finally you will have it, and on the dashboards you can switch to the list view to review all the dashboards you have at your dashboard screen. But also at the dashboard now you can see that we have added the flaky test widget. It helps you to represent the flakiness of your tests with these fancy dots, which means the status like failed, passed, skipped, or whatever you have, and also will calculate you the percentage of the switches, how many times your test case have switched from the positive fail to the negative. And right from this um, widget, you can open up your test case and review the status of it, and maybe like take any decision or fix and find the issue roots. Also, the widget which represent you the most failed items was updated, and now it also has the same representation, which shows you the switches from the past to the negative status, and also just in one click, it's available to open up the this test case inside the latest execution. Also, for the most of the test cases, for the majority of the test cases, widgets, we have updated and refactored the libraries which represent you the widgets. And also for some widgets, we also represent the zoom functionality. So basically, you can choose the part of the data which you would like to represent at your widget. And also, all those widgets now will have the silent update. So basically, if you, for example, will change the configuration of your widget, and if the data will update it in runtime on a background, the widgets will silently update it and will not lose the current configuration on UI. And as you can see, the libraries we use new libraries for the representation of widgets, and it really looks more fancy and more like more nice. Well, also for those widgets, you have more extended number of the configurations, and you can change them on the flight. And as you can see, the saved configuration will not change. And also for those widgets, we now have the groups of the uh, defects. So basically now at the configuration page, you can choose, would you like to represent only particular custom defect types, or just show all the group of the, for example, product bugs. Let me just show you it by turning off all the rest of the items. Let's save it, and as you can see, now we have the total of the product bugs. At the same time, you can choose and show only two types of those bugs. And so like as you can see, now we'll show only product bugs and custom PB type 1. We have nothing to represent with it. Nothing for this one. Anyway, and at the same time, you can also show the total status of it. So like on with one widget, you can represent the summary and the all specifics. So basically use it for the customization and representation of the data you need for it. Well, for the rest of the widgets, but before that, let me show that now you can use the search for the all the shared widgets which you have inside your project. So basically, when your project became to be big, you will see the big list of the um, shared widgets, and now you can use this search field to search the for the particular widget by the name type or even by the username. So basically, if you know that this user shared some widgets with you, you can find them by the name of this user. For the rest of the widgets, it also was refactored and updated in order to use the latest libraries and looks much more better. You can find them. So basically, though, if you will update your report portal to the latest version, those widgets will be updated as well. Basically, maybe that is all. Let me check my plan, because to handle the webinars in English, it's much more harder than just handle it in Russian. Uh, well, the links, the editors that's shown, everything for the is showed, and maybe the latest part for the which related to the links. So we had the issue with the links before that. So basically, when you put right before the analysis, so for the test cases which have been analyzed already by the engineers, um, we use the specific defect type in the link of this item. So basically, if you have analyzed the item and copy the link and shared it with somebody, it will work. Previously, it works only in case if you did not change the defect type. But if you managed to change it to any other type, uh, this link became invalid in previous versions. But now those links became more tolerant and just simply if you will update this latest link, it will work and just show you the same test case but with changed custom defect types or any other type defect type. So basically it supports any type right now and even the custom defect types. Um, this is the main updates and the main functionality which was introduced with 4.0. Maybe just a few words about the about our landing page. As you can see, we almost approaching to the 300 of the stars on GitHub. Um Hopefully we'll meet this number pretty soon. But for the landing page, we now have the inserted widgets for the all the videos from YouTube's are available on this page, the same like at the community page. The community page represent the actual status of the commits, contributors, and resolved issues which we have right now. And the pretty important part for the documentation. So if you have any questions and if you want to find something, please do not hesitate to read the documentation. And the pretty important thing here that for every single page at the documentation side, we have the special link which can which leads you to the source of the documentation. So basically, by clicking of this item, you can find the um, source code of this particular page, and you can send your pull request in case if you find any issue or typo or anything which is incorrect on this page. please do not hesitate to use this functionality. And also for the to those guys who deploy the report portal or used to configure it, we also created the cheat sheet with the main commands of the report of the Docker. So basically, under the installation page, main commands cheat sheet, you can find it replicated as the MD and also the link to the PDF file available here. So you can just download it, print it, and put it on, well, on your desktop or somewhere. Well, that is it. It's the main points which I would like to mention today. And as I say, I have a couple of the questions in the chat. Let me read it. Oleg Popov asks, Unix team can share its view with other teams. Uh, yeah, the, if it's your statement, not the question, then answer is yes. Could you make PNG icons for the presentation? For the presentations. Oleg, what do you mean by this question? Could you please rephrase it or give more details? And by the way, really guys, I forgot pretty important functionality. Well, somebody asked us to add the possibility to export the dashboards as the PDF files. And one of the simplest way how we can do it, we created the print CSS file for every single page on UI. So basically now you can click or press the control or command P button in the browser, and this will generate you the lightweight printable PDF file which you can use to export the details. So basically with this functionality you just can export the PDF file using or download it using the Chrome extensions and send it or include it inside the emailable reports or whatever you use. The same, it works for any other level of the report portal. It will represent you the basic data. The same like um, for the test case view. Well, Oleg did not send the details about his question, so just ping me personally. I will help you answer your question. And basically, guys, that is it. Um, Please try the report portal at your own and send us the issues if you will find anything. And we will continue to make the testing for the next 3 weeks. And after that, we'll release the stable version if no any issues will be found. So I see some more questions appeared. What about emailing directly to someone from RPUI? Well, it's not completed right now, and but we will consider to add it because the print CSS was really not so easy part to implement it because you know we have to review all the UI and uh, update the CSS for every single page of the UI. It took a lot of time, but we can consider the sending email PDF of inside the email right from the dashboard screen with next issue with next versions. Just please submit the idea on the GitHub, and we will not just forget it. Logo for Alec says that he must cut our logo for passing it into the presentation. All products, OpenStack, OpenShift, have icons. If you search in the Google, for instance. Okay, Oleg, let's discuss it personally. So that is it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully this webinar will help you to understand all our new features. And still, if you have any questions, please join our Slack. Uh, write your questions in Facebook group, and we will answer your questions. So once again, everyone, have a nice holidays, happy holidays, and see you soon on the webinars. Bye.